Okay, good morning everyone. Let's get going. Having your feet together and standing, opening your toes and your heels, having your feet hip width apart and connected down to the floor. You want to feel 3 points of contact. The heels, the big toe joints, the little toe joints, and then back into the heels. So make sure you feel your weight nice and even. Hello, Jennifer, good morning. And then we're gonna keep your knees a little bit soft. Pelvis is neutral, just let your pelvis sit just on top of the thighs, nice and tall through the spine. Grow taller there and lengthen your neck. Then let your shoulders drop down. Feel that the collarbones are nice and wide at the front, so they're just smiling there. And the rib cage is relaxed. We're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathing in and out. And on this next one, we're going to engage your core. So it's a breath in. And then think of the tummy just gently drawing in, pelvic floor drawing up. We've got your center set. We're going to use to keep your balance. So a breath in, and we're going to come up onto the toes and then lower down into the heels. Coming up onto the toes and lower down into the heels. Coming up and lower. And low. Let's do one more. And then we'll get these arms moving as well. So nice and wide like wings, spread them out as they come up and then all the way down. Breath in and lifting and lowering. Tummy in, nice and steady, strong on your ankles. We're going to do 2 more. And then we're going to come into half a roll down. So the pelvis and legs stay still. You're going to nod your head and roll just halfway down. And then we're going to roll up. So it's only your upper body. Let's take the head down again. Roll through the upper spine. And then we're going to bend your knees. Keep your spine rounded as you reach your arms forward. Straighten the legs. Pelvis is neutral and we're rolling up. Let's do that one more time. I'm going to turn to the side. Chin to chest, rolling down. Only halfway. Bend the knees. Reach the arms forward. Shoulders are down. Coming back. Rolling up. And then we're going to lift and come up with the arms. And then down and go straight into that half a roll down. So nodding your head. Then bending your knees and reaching forward. Try and get your bottoms nice and low. Coming up. Engage your core. Balance onto the toes. And lower. Let's do 2 more. Nicely warming up your spine here. Down. Tall shoulders down. Lift the arms up. Nice and balanced. And we'll do 1 more. Here we go. Up. And then down. Fabulous. Okay, give your shoulders a roll back. And then into upper back warm up. So let's bring both arms forward. Have palms facing each other. Clasp your hands together and take those palms away. Then take your chin to your chest. Take a nice breath into the sides of your ribs. And breathe out. Bringing the arms up. And then have a look and release. Start with the shoulder roll. Going up and back. Collarbones are wide. Chin to chest, breathing in. And out. Arms up. Have a look and release. 1 more time. Chin to chest, breathing in. And out. Coming up. Have a look. And release. Good. And then coming into some squats. You can let your arms just come forward again to shoulder height and up. Coming down and up. Try and keep space between your knees as they bend. Shoulders relaxed. Spine is straight. Whether you're sitting back a little bit in your hips is fine, or whether you're keeping your spine completely straight, up and down is fine, as long as you've got a neutral pelvis and your tummy's coming in. Now we're going to do 2 more. And then we're coming into the foot series. So we're coming down, we're going to hold. We're going to balance again on your toes. Then come all the way up and lower. And again, bend onto the toes, straighten and lower. Try and keep those shoulders relaxed the whole time. So down from the ears. Good job. Keep going. Onto the toes, up and lower. One more. Then we're going to reverse it. So we're going the other way. Ready? Up onto your toes first. Bend the knees. Lower your heels. Then back to standing. Going up. Stay balanced on your toes as you bend. Then lower the heels down. Stand and up. Bend. Lower, shoulders are down and relax. Let's do 2 more. Up. Bend. Heels down. And stand. 1 more. Good job. Take your feet apart. Toes are slightly turned out. Nice and tall through the spine. Have a breath in. And we're going to widen on those knees. So we're using the muscles just on the inside. Arms are coming out to shoulder height. And then up. And again, coming down nice and wide on the knees. Good job. And up. And again, so into your plie. Nice and tall through the spine. 2 more. Down and hold. So keep the legs still, bring your arms forward. Collarbones are wide, bow and arrow. So bending one elbow, try and keep that elbow at shoulder height, and then extend the arm, and you're turning your body, your eyes are looking at your fingers. Then fold that arm and lengthen to the front. Other side, bend, and then lengthen, and then bend, and lengthen. Open the arms out, and then up. And hopefully you can feel that working your legs. Let's try it again. Down and hold. Shoulders relax, arms come forward, collarbones wide. And then bend. Turning your body, upper body, the legs are still and they're open. And bring the arm back. Other side. Let body turn, keep the knees open. Lengthen back, opening out, and all the way up. Then your mermaid stretch. One arm up. Reach across. Hold. Take a breath in. And circle through. Other side. Coming up. Reach across. Hold and breathe in. And circle through. And up. Let's try it again. Breath in. Down and hold. And up. Reach and lengthen, feeling that lovely stretch. And circle all the way through. Other side, up, and over, and through, and up, hands on hips. And you can bring your heels a bit closer. For side leg lift. So we're going to bend. Stay in a bent knee. Try and keep your body vertical, tummy in, lifting that leg when you're ready. And then glide right to the other side, keeping on that bent knee, lift and lower, center, and up. Other side, coming down, across, lift and lower, all the way across, tummy in, lift and lower, center, and up. Let's do it again in reverse, so we're going this way again. And across. So tummy in, working those glutes as you lift that leg. And up, but try and keep your body up and down and not push yourself off to the side. So we're here, then we add that lift. Center And bring your feet back underneath you. Relax your arms and come into walking. Shoulders back and down, tummy in. Good, so getting a nice stretch on the bottom of your foot, letting movement happen between all those little joints in your feet and your ankles. You might be cracking. Pelvis is still, so we're working the core. There we go. And you can relax there. Let's come into rolling down. I'm just going to bring the camera down a tiny bit. Okay, standing sideways, standing tall. Take your chin to your chest. Let the crown of the head lead the way. This time we're rolling all the way down. Past your hips this time. Go as far as you feel comfortable going. Relax your head and let it drop. Breath in, coming up. Open the shoulders, nice and tall. Breath in, and again, chin to chest, rolling down. Keeping your weight slightly forward and the knees a little soft. Feeling that stretch in your legs. Coming up. Open the shoulders, nice and tall. Take a breath in. And then this time we're going to roll down and into downward facing dog. So if you don't want to do downward dog, then just bend your knees and hold that position in all fours. Or you're going to come onto your hands and stretch your legs. So you're up onto the toes, pushing your sitting bones high to the ceiling, pushing your chest towards your thighs, and come into walking. Lower one heel and then the other. So you get a nice lengthening down the back of your leg. And then back up onto those toes, nice and high. And see if you can lower your heels down. And then hold that stretch. And then push your legs straight. And breathe. And then down. Bend the knees into your shell stretch. You want to sit back towards your heels. Bring your arms forward. And hold that stretch. So reaching the arms forward. Like that. And then we can come up. And we are going to turn it onto your backs. So you only need a larger cushion to sit on today. I'm just going to grab my water. Okay. Lying on your back. Spin it down a little more. Okay. Feet should be hip width apart. Feel that your heels and your toes are connected to the floor and your knees are hip width apart. Now's your chances to have a nice relax. So it's breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, and let your body settle here. Thinking about your neck, you want it to feel lengthened at the back. It can rest on your cushion, but try not to have your chin poking up to the ceiling. Breathing in, you're breathing out, letting all the tension go from around your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, and your face. Let those shoulders melt into the floor. Your arms just resting onto the floor. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel your rib cage heavy and just resting onto the floor. And your pelvis. So you're in a nice neutral position. We're going to maintain that neutral position. And we're going to start with hundreds. Now you can choose whether you keep your feet on the floor, and when we're ready to start, you're just going to bring your arms up and pulse from the shoulders. Or you can now bring one leg into a single tabletop if you're going to start in level 2, or you can come into a double tabletop if you want to start in level 3. So I'm going to do level 2, but you can choose whether you've got feet in the air or feet on the floor. Then we're going to bring those arms just off the floor. Have your shoulder blades gliding down your back, collarbones wide at the front, and your whole arm is pulsing up and down like that. We're going to breathe in through your nose for 5 counts, and out through your mouth for 5 counts. And again, breathing in and out. Try and feel your rib cage growing wider across the floor as you take a breath in, and let your rib cage relax as you breathe out. Breathing in for 5, and breathing out for 5. Breathing in and out, just maintaining that neutral position. And if you're in single tabletop, take that leg down and bring the other leg up. Continue pulsing and breathing in for 5. And breathing out for 5. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's not forget about the energy in those arms. Make them lengthen right to your fingertips. 2 more breath cycles. Wide on the collarbones. And then you can rest those arms down. They've done good work there. Taking the leg down so your feet are hip width apart. And we're going to come into abdominal preparation. So your hands can stay at your side and you can come up like that with those shoulders down and using those tummy muscles. Or if you know you need to support your head, you're going to interlock your fingers, having your hands behind your head with your elbows wide. Breath in, tummy in, rib cage slides towards the hip bones, and you're letting your head rest in your hands, not pulling on your neck. And then down. So either arms behind your head or arms at your side. You're exhaling to come up. Inhale to hold, exhale to lower. Shoulders are down. Tummy in, curling up, and down. Couple more. And all the way down. Finish that one you're on and just have a rest there. Let the arms stay relaxed on the floor. And then coming into scissors level 1. Have a breath in and left leg floating up on the exhale. Let that thigh just rest into the hip joint and down on the exhale. Breath in, exhale coming up. Inhale, hold, and exhale, coming down. Only to the speed of your breath. Just move your leg as you're breathing out. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Shoulders relaxed, try not to let any tension start building up through those shoulders. And then we'll come into double tabletop if you're ready. If not, continue in single. So imprinting into double tabletop, both knees are over your hips. Breath in, exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Shoulders stay relaxed. Trying to keep it smooth and precise. Rib cage down, shoulders down. And send the knee away from you. So try not to just bend from your knee, try and move from your hip. So send the knee away and bring it back. Send the knee away and bring it back. You can, of course, rest whenever you need to. Try to feel the tummy coming in. And if you wanted to go faster and make it harder, you could come into level 3, but you don't have to. You've just got both legs moving at the same time, and it's still smooth and precise. Sending the knee away, breathing out, breathing out. Couple more. One more each side. And then you're going to lower one leg and then the other. Stretch your legs out. Pelvic tilt, squeezing your bottom, opening the hip joints, feeling the muscles stretch. Just feeling the stretch there from the hips. And then we'll come back into our rest position. Feet hip width apart, pelvis neutral, shoulders down and relaxed, one leg stretch, level 2, breathing in. Exhale back to tabletop, hold for a breath in. Exhale, stretch your leg, try and have those thighs parallel, back over the hip, down on the exhale. Again, try to not let any tension build in the shoulders. Shoulders are down. Every time you stretch your leg, your core is kicking in a little harder to make sure that pelvis doesn't move forward. So let's do another one each side, breathing in and breathing out, coming up. Hold for a breath in and then stretch. You still have space between your feet. You can continue in single tabletop or you can come back to double and we can do level 3. Exhale, about 45-degree angle. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. No tension in your shoulders, let them stay down and relax, rib cage down. You're just how you were on the floor as when you started, nice and relaxed. But those tummy muscles are working harder. One more. And then coming down one leg and then the other. Super duper. Okay. We're going to bring your arms up above the shoulders now. So they're in straight lines, palms are facing each other. Let the shoulders just drop down into the floor and feel wide on those collarbones. We're going to reach up towards the ceiling on a breath in and drop the shoulders on a breath out. You want to feel the shoulder blades again away from the ears. So breathing in, reach up. Breathing out, shoulders drop. We're after a bit of glide in those shoulder blades as they glide around the rib cage and drop back under. The rib cage is still. Try not to let it pop up towards the ceiling. A couple more now. Breathing in, breathing out. And keep those shoulders drop down into the floor. Scissor the arms, keeping the rib cage down. And then back. Little pause at the shoulders. Breathing out as you scissor, keeping the rib cage down. And back. And let's add a leg slide. Heel on the floor if you like. And back. Leg slide, keeping pelvis still. And back. Rib cage down. We want a nice connection here between the rib cage and the hips. And one more. Really nice to get that one flowing with your breathing and feeling lovely and lengthened and stretched out. So we're back into a neutral position. You can have your hands on your hips if you want, or still by your side. We're going to keep the pelvis neutral, control it for one leg circle. Have a breath in and bring that left leg into tabletop. So got the neck nice and lengthened. You can be in tabletop or you can extend, but without flattening your back. You don't want to lift the tailbone. So if you can stay in neutral while you extend your leg, then you can go for it. If not, stay in tabletop. Breath in, exhale, open. Inhale, round. So exhale, open. Inhale, round. We're keeping the whole right side still, right hip down. The size of the circle you're creating is up to you, so it can be smaller and more controlled if you feel this hip is moving. So make it smaller if so. You want to feel the core muscles working there. We're going to do two more. You could be in level 2. And then we come into tabletop and take that leg down in line with your hip. Breath in, right leg, either tabletop or extend the leg if you can do it without flattening your back. Breath in, breathing out, open. Breathing in, round. Breathing out, open. Breathing in, round. Try and keep the whole right side of you still now. So the left hip wants to stay still. You can feel it moving and try and keep that circle a bit smaller. Again, try to let all the tension go from your upper body and your shoulders. Let's do 2 more. Into tabletop, and then take that leg down. Stretch your legs out. Let's come into a hamstring stretch. So just give them a little stretch there. You can move your toes and your heels. And then we'll bring one leg in, knee towards your chest, keeping the other leg as flat as you can. And then we're going to hold behind this thigh and stretch it up. You can move your foot forward and back, around in a circle. You never know from day to day how these muscles are going to feel. This is normally my good leg, and today feels really tight. So who knows why? And then we'll bend and take that one down. And then coming up, knee to chest first of all. Try to keep the other leg flat so you feel a stretch in that hip. And then you can hold behind this thigh and stretch it up, moving your foot. Don't forget to breathe. You want to breathe through the stretch. As you exhale, that nervous system just relaxes a little bit and lets you stretch a little further. Okay, and then we'll bend that one and take it down. Have your heels a little closer towards your bottom. Excuse me, while we come into shoulder bridge, the palms can be up and your head cushion, if you like, can be out. Shoulders are wide, head relaxed. Breathing in. Pelvic tilt, scoop from the tailbone up towards the ceiling, and then send your knees away from you. Feel that you're stretching through your thighs. Hold for a breath in. Scooping up, lower from the breastbone all the way down. Back to neutral. And again. Coming up and hold. You want the pelvis a little bit tilted, the rib cage down and relaxed. And then you're going to lower from the top end of your spine back to the floor. And hold. Breathing out, coming down. Okay, have a little rest there. We're going to come into bridge and lift either one heel a couple times on each side, or little foot marches, so 4 on each, 2 on each side, so 4 in total. So either feet off the floor or just your heel, whatever you choose. So let's come into the bridge first. Make sure we're in a nice position, and then it's 1, 2, can't count, 3, 4 heel lifts or little marches with your feet coming just off the floor and then lower down. Just coming up. So you could be doing little marches like that, but you're trying to keep the pelvis level and supported. Neck long, make sure your chin's not poking to the ceiling. Scoop up and lower. So just in your own time, lifting the heels or lifting your foot. Let's do one more. You can give your knees a hug into your chest. And a nice stretch there. And then coming back into that position for shoulder bridge. Arms by your side again. And we're going to come into hip dips this time. So when you're up in the bridge, we're going to drop one hip and then we're going to squeeze it back up. Drop the other hip, squeeze it back up. Drop and squeeze, drop and squeeze. And then we're going to lower all the way down. So again, 4 in total. Have a breath in. Let's come into the bridge. We're going to drop, squeeze. You get a tilt in the pelvis. The knees are still in the same position. It's not a twisting through your rib cage or your hips. It's a drop and lift, so it's more of a tilt. Good, let's keep going there. Breath in, back up into that bridge. Drop, lift, drop, lift. That's it. Scoop up, lower the breastbone, all the way down. Let's do 2 more. Breath in, here we go. Really working those glutes. I'm sure you can feel it now. Last one. All the way down. And this time, let your knees just fall side to side when you're finished. Okay. Last one, you're back in your rest position. We're going to come into hip twist and we're going to add our chest stretch arms. So let's bring the arms up as if we're hugging a tree. Shoulders down, relax, the arms are curved, fingertips are facing each other. And then we're going to open both arms, one knee, and we're going to come back at the same time. Then both arms, the other knee, and back at the same time. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So just taking your time, keeping the shoulders down and relaxed, and trying to feel that the pelvis is balancing that tray of drinks really nicely. So we're nice and steady. It's only 2 arms and 1 leg moving. The rest of you is still. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale back. Couple more each side. Enjoy the opening of the chest. And then you can let your arms come all the way down. I'm going to turn onto your side. So, lying in a straight line. Shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. And once you're satisfied, you're in a nice straight line there, you're organized, you're going to bend your knees forward, feet in line with your spine, knees together. And then you want to lengthen that hip from the shoulder. The rib cage wants to be in line. So you're organized, and we're ready for clams level 1. Have a breath in. Breathing out, coming up. And lower. Breathing out, up. And lower. So going as high as you can without rolling back. Try and keep the top shoulder relaxed. You're either breathing in the pattern or just breathing normally. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure that pelvis is still. You can feel those glutes working. So the last 2. And then level 2. Feet come off the floor. Feet stay together. Still lengthened in your side. Breath in, breathing out, coming up. And slowly down. And slowly down. Keep it nice and controlled. Last 2. And if you want to hold your leg up here on the last one, you can. If not, bring it down. If you're holding, you're going to straighten. Out and bend. Out and bend. Keep going. Just 2 more. And then knee down, legs down. You can either straighten top leg or both. So we're going to come into, oh, sorry. No, I knew there was something else. Bend your knees back again. Not quite finished here. We're going to do lift and lower, but we're keeping the knees in this position. So the hips stay still. So we're hip over hip, and the top leg's going to lift and lower. Okay, so it's a shorter lever. We just got the knee bent. So it's lifting and lowering. And we let that hip stay still at the top. Try not to let it shift up and down. So lift and lower. Lift and lower. Let's do 4 more. Last one. Good job. And now you can straighten top leg or both legs. Make sure the rib cage is still in line with your hips. We're going to have lengthen through the side, bringing the top leg to hip height, flexing the foot, pushing your heel away, feeling that lovely stretch. And then we're going to use your core to make sure the body stays super still while we come into side kick. Have a breath in, breathing out, pointing your foot, gliding forwards, and then flex and gliding back, and point, gliding forwards, and flex, gliding back. So trying to keep the leg at hip height and trying not to swing it forward and back. So you're controlling your leg a little bit forward, a little bit back, trying to keep the body still. So that's your rib cage still, your pelvis still, your shoulders still relaxed. Okay, so a couple more. Good quality side kick there. And then you can bring it down and rest. And we're finishing off here with side leg circles, which is harder for the glutes. I'm sure you'll feel this one. So let's give it a go. You can always rest when you need to. Back to hip height, flex the foot. And then we're going forward and up and round to the back. So we're drawing a circle with your heel. And we're trying to keep the body still. Just that top leg circles round. Again, size the circle is up to you. And then we're going to go in the other direction. So trace it back and circle to the front. Again, you could do one full breath per circle. One more. And then bring it down and give it a rub. Well done. Yeah, that's everything on that side. So we're going to bend the knees, come up into sitting. And here you can use your larger blocks to sit on. So we're going to come into spine twist. You can have your legs open, so you keep sitting with your legs out if that's more comfortable. Or crossed. Try and have those sitting bones pointing down to the floor. So your pelvis is in a nice neutral position, your back is nice and tall, shoulders are down, and we're going to come into a Cossack position with our arms. So that's like this, one on top of the other, just resting lightly. Shoulders are down from the ears the whole time, try not to be like that. So they're down, here we go, grow tall, breathe in. Then exhale, we're going to turn. Hold for a breath in, and turn to the center. Breathing in, turn to the other side, hold and breathe, and back to the center. And again, try and drop those shoulders down from the ears. Maybe getting a little bit further, maybe not, doesn't matter. Just going to where you feel comfortable. It's the last one each side. And then you let those arms rest down. Super, so let's take your cushion to the other side and we'll do the other leg. So in a straight line. And then once you're in a straight line and you're right on your side, you're gonna let those knees bend forward. You've got your feet in line. Lengthened at your waist, so hip over hip. Rib cage is relaxed, or it is relaxed, but it's in line with your hips, and you're on the side of your rib cage, not on the front of your rib cage. Here we go, have a breath in, breathing out, coming up and down. Going up without rolling back. Your head and neck relax, shoulder. Let's do two more. And then level two. Feet coming up, Still hip over hip. Breath in and exhale, coming up and then slowly down. On the next one, you can hold it there or you can lower. And then we're going to extend if you hear and bend. 3 more. Last one. And then knee down and feet down. Staying here. Remember this time. We're going to keep hip over hip, not let that top hip move. And then the top leg is lifting and lowering. So we open and close. That hip is still. Open and close. And that's the last one, rest there. So either the top leg or both legs going straight, maybe just in front of your hips. And the shoulder relaxed, make sure the rib cage is in line with the hips. We're going to keep still through the body, bring the top leg to hip height, flex the foot and press it away. And then using your core to keep still, you're going to point the foot, glide forwards, and flex and glide back. So try not to swing the leg, it's nice and controlled. Going forward and back. Shoulder relaxed. Try 2 more. Leg at hip height. Try not to let it sink down. And not too high either, it's just at hip height. And then it can close. And then the last one is side leg circle. So we're in the same position. So tummy in, leg to hip height, flex your foot, and that leg comes forward and then up and round to the back. Size of the circle is up to you. Try and keep the pelvis still. Reverse the circle, take it to the back, and up and round to the front. Don't forget to breathe. Just 2 more. And then all the way down, give it a rub. And then onto your tummy. We're doing swimming level 1 or level 3. So if you want to do 3, you need a cushion under your head. And then you're going to have your arms up or your hands are under your head for level 1. We want the shoulders to drop down, pelvis to tilt, so we've got the core muscles working. So breath in, and then we hover one leg and opposite arm if it's level 3, or just your leg if it's level 1. Exhale, inhale to lower, exhale, inhale to lower. Couple more each side. And relax there. Bringing your hands to about level with your shoulders, so just under the shoulders. And we're going to come into Cobra, so you can stretch those abdominals and let the shoulders drop, get some movement through the spine. And then bend your elbows and come down. Coming up. And lower. And lower. Let's do one more. And then press back, up and back into that shell stretch. Hips towards your heels, lengthen again along the floor, stretching your arms, let your neck relax. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we're going to come up into all fours. And ready for your cat stretch. Just relax your toes, shoulders are down. We're going to tuck under, lifting up. Let the head drop, breathing in. Tailbone out, hollow. Looking forward, shoulders down. And coming up. And out. One more time. Looking under, coming up, and then we're going to go into neutral. So just here, you want to feel that the arms are pushing into the floor to lift your chest. You want to feel that the tummy is lifting up towards your spine, and you're either doing just legs, so concentrating on just trying to keep your posture while you extend your leg, or add the opposite arm and come into swimming level 4. Try and keep those hip bones having a look at the floor. And then you're pushing through one arm, so to keep the posture of the upper body, the shoulders should still be level. Another one each side. Well done. Then you can tuck under, walk your hands back, rolling up, and all the way up. Fantastic. Feet hip width apart, standing lovely and tall. Engage your core, try and feel that a little bit taller. We're going to roll your shoulders up and back. And then we're going to finish off with a chest stretch. So have a breath in, and then lengthen up, nice and tall. Lift and lower. And again, nice and tall and lower. Couple more. Tummy in and down and lower. Well done. Give your shoulder blades a shake up and down, nice and mobile now. Have a great weekend. Thank you.